Did you know that your chronological age, the number on your birth certificate, might be completely lying to you about how old you actually are? Right now, inside your cells, a silent biochemical countdown is ticking, but groundbreaking science has just discovered how we can actually slow down, pause, and in some cases, even reverse this molecular clock. This is not science fiction. It is the cutting edge of cellular biology. Every single day, your body is engaged in a constant battle against cellular decay. Over time, your DNA accumulates damage, your mitochondria lose efficiency, and your cells enter a state of permanent arrest known as senescence, leaking toxic inflammatory molecules into your tissues. But you are not helpless in this process. Your genetics only account for about 10 to 20% of your lifespan. The remaining 80 to 90% is determined by your epigenetics, the way your daily choices interact with your genes. Today, we are going to dive deep into the 5 scientific pillars of longevity that you can start leveraging right now to optimize your cellular health and extend your health span. First, let us talk about the cellular cleanup mechanism known as autophagy. Imagine your cells as high-performance factories. Over time, they accumulate broken machinery, damaged proteins, and metabolic waste. If you do not clean up this waste, the factory slows down and eventually breaks. Autophagy is your body's built-in recycling system. It identifies these damaged components, breaks them down, and repurposes them for energy and repair. The most potent way you can trigger this self-cleaning process is through nutrient deprivation. When you fast, your body experiences a drop in insulin and a decrease in an ancient nutrient-sensing pathway called mTOR, which stands for mammalian target of rapamycin. When mTOR is suppressed, your cells stop growing and start repairing. This activates AMPK, an enzyme that acts as your energy sensor, signaling your cells to burn stored fat and clear out cellular debris. You do not need to fast for days to experience this. Even a structured 16/8 intermittent fasting window or periodic 24-hour fasts can significantly boost your autophagic activity, giving your cells a fresh start and protecting you against age-related neurodegenerative diseases. Moving on to our second pillar, telomere maintenance. Inside the nucleus of every cell, your DNA is tightly wound into structures called chromosomes. At the very tips of these chromosomes are protective caps called telomeres, often compared to the plastic tips on shoelaces. Every time your cells divide, these telomeres get slightly shorter. When they become too short, the cell can no longer divide and either dies or becomes a destructive zombie cell. This is cellular aging in its purest form. While telomere shortening is a natural part of life, chronic psychological stress, lack of sleep, and systemic inflammation act as biological accelerators, shearing away your protective caps at an alarming rate. To combat this, science points toward 2 major interventions: deep restorative sleep and high-intensity cardiovascular exercise. During deep sleep, your brain flushes out metabolic waste through the lymphatic system, and your cellular repair mechanisms go into overdrive. Concurrently, Zone 2 cardiovascular training and high-intensity interval training have been shown to increase the activity of telomerase, the unique enzyme responsible for repairing and lengthening your telomeres. By prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of high-quality sleep and engaging in consistent physical conditioning, you are literally preserving the structural integrity of your genetic blueprint. Our third pillar brings us to the fascinating world of sirtuins and NAD+. Sirtuins are a family of 7 proteins that act as the master regulators of cellular health, DNA repair, and mitochondrial function. However, sirtuins are entirely dependent on a coenzyme called NAD+, or nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Without NAD+, your sirtuins cannot function, and as you age, your natural NAD+ levels plummet, cutting in half by the time you reach middle age. This drop in NAD+ leads to mitochondrial decay, which is why you might feel less energetic as the years go by. To revitalize this pathway, you must focus on precursors and lifestyle triggers. Regular physical exercise, particularly resistance training, naturally stimulates your body to produce more NAD+. Furthermore, incorporating foods rich in natural compounds like resveratrol, found in red grape skins, and quercetin, found in red onions and apples, can help activate your sirtuins. Some clinical studies also suggest that supplementing with NAD precursors under scientific guidance can help restore cellular energy levels, helping your mitochondria produce ATP as efficiently as they did when you were younger. This cellular energy is the very currency of youth, Now let us explore our fourth pillar, the concept of hormesis. Hormesis is the biological phenomenon where a mild, temporary stressor triggers a powerful, beneficial adaptation response that leaves your body stronger than it was before. Think of it as the ultimate form of biological conditioning. Two of the most powerful hormetic stressors available to you today are extreme temperature therapies. When you expose your body to cold, such as a cold plunge or a cold shower, your system releases a flood of norepinephrine, activates brown adipose tissue, and upregulates mitochondrial biogenesis. This cold shock therapy forces your cells to adapt, reducing systemic inflammation and boosting your metabolic rate. On the flip side, heat exposure, like spending 20 minutes in a hot sauna, activates heat shock proteins. These specialized proteins act as molecular chaperones, repairing misfolded proteins inside your cells and preventing the toxic protein aggregation associated with cognitive decline. By strategically incorporating controlled cold and heat exposure into your weekly routine, you are teaching your cells to become resilient, adaptable, and highly resistant to the daily stressors of life. Finally, our fifth pillar focuses on combating cellular senescence and chronic inflammation, often referred to by scientists as inflammaging. As we age, some of our cells stop dividing but refuse to die. These senescent cells linger in our tissues, secreting a cocktail of inflammatory proteins that damage surrounding healthy cells. It is a chain reaction that accelerates systemic aging. To clear out these toxic cells, we look to nature's most powerful senolytic compounds. Fisetin, a natural polyphenol found in high concentrations in strawberries, has shown incredible promise in scientific literature for selectively targeting and eliminating senescent cells. Additionally, maintaining a diet rich in diverse, colorful antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids from wild-caught fish, and avoiding highly processed foods and refined sugars is critical. Refined sugars create advanced glycation end products, which cross-link with your collagen and tissues, stiffening your arteries and aging your skin from the inside out. By feeding your biology the premium nutrient compounds it evolved to process, you actively prevent the accumulation of cellular damage. Your biological age is not set in stone. It is a dynamic, fluid metric that you have the power to influence every single day. By understanding the science of autophagy, protecting your telomeres, boosting your NAD+, embracing hormetic stress, and reducing systemic inflammation, you are taking active control of your evolutionary programming. The future of longevity is not about adding years to your life, but about adding vibrant, high-performing life to your years. Which of these cellular habits are you going to implement first? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this deep scientific dive valuable, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to BioPulse Tech, and share this video with someone who wants to optimize their health. Upgrade your biology.